We're going to skip the formalities and get right to it. How's that? I really enjoyed one of the things that we did, and we spoke about it a few episodes ago, is we shared our turning points. You, me, and Brooks Jensen. We all shared some, maybe I should say, some turning points in our career or our journey, let's say, with photography. And I thought it would be instructive for me to share one of those. If I did the whole thing, it's too long for our show. And then maybe on another show, we can have you share a turning point that you've had too. But but the invitation in this show today is to maybe help you think about what turning points you've had in your journey with photography, and maybe even more than that, start looking for or start creating a turning point, or start being, maybe a better way to put that is be open to a turning point. So let me just do a quick share here of my screen. Hit the okay. So Cole, you can see my screen with
Yep,
turning
looks
point.
good.
Got it. Good. Okay. So I'm just going to share one. I had two for the presentation we did. So let me just tell a quick story. I went in 2004. I went to South Africa with a guy named Farrell McCullough. And up until then, in order for me to feel like I could make a good photograph, I had to look through everybody else's viewfinder to assure that, oh, I see, that's something worth photographing. I'm going to go do that too. Well, on this particular trip in 2004 to South Africa, again, my buddy Farrell came, and Farrell says, "Hey, John, on this trip, I don't want you to look through anyone else's viewfinder." I'm like, I mean, seriously, I had sweat rings that started immediately because I'm like, then I'll never make a good photograph this whole trip, right? But um, he went on to say, he says, "But John, I want you to be able to come home saying that these are my images, not somebody else's that you looked through their viewfinder." And then you went, "Oh, I'll take what Farrell's doing." Or my mentor at that time, she's now passed, and Nancy Rotenberg was on that trip too. And I wanted to desperately look through Nancy's viewfinder because she is my mentor, and surely she's going to make good images. And so, interestingly enough, and I don't know why I said yes, but I did. I said, okay, I'm not going to look through anybody else's viewfinder. And not only did I shoot, I think 90 or 89 rolls of film, I made these two images which were completely out of the box for me. Just I knew about taking, and these were film images. I knew about taking two pieces of film out of each individual slide mount and putting them together, but I had never thought about doing it with a person, and the flowers. But to me, they were such, these images, you talk about making my heart sing. It was like, yeah, that was my experience in South Africa, going to Nuravir with these dancers, learning to do multiple exposures of flowers on film with my mentor and hero, maybe not mentor at that time, but my hero, Freeman Patterson. And man, did I come home realizing that that was the best thing I've ever could have done. Huge turning point, and I'm so grateful for Farrell for suggesting the idea that I make photographs that are only mine and not look at anybody else's. Seriously, it was horribly difficult, and I resisted vehemently when he said it. I'm making the story pretty short. But folks, there's real power in in it's just following your vision and making images that, as I've always said, that make your heart sing. Because I came home and I put a show together. I put back in those days. I don't know if you ever did this, Cole. Did you ever? You shot slide film, right? Yeah, where you have those carousels, and I filled up two carousels. I had two carousel projector
The
with the dissolve
results,
unit.
sure.
Oh man, and I had such great response to that show. And that last image I just showed of the dancer with I've sold that many times. It was my mother's favorite photograph. I
A
framed
great image.
it, put it on her wall, and that never would have happened if
Yeah.
Farrell didn't challenge me.
And we've seen some people on our tours who over the years started, well, I'll call the person, his name begins with a B and ends with an ARRY. I won't mention his name, who used to want to look through viewfinders and
Yes.
want to be directed. And now look how far
Ah,
Barry has come, and he's coming
huge.
to our vision workshop, and it's very gratifying to see someone come and develop their own vision. Yeah.
That's a great, great example because his progress this year from going to Death Valley with us and then going to Scotland, and all of a sudden things changed from there. And then he goes he went to Hawaii, and I was honestly a little worried, would he resonate with the contemplative photography retreat? And now, I mean, he was like the first one who signed up for our vision retreat, fully aware that it's going to be hard. It's going to require a lot of thinking. It's going to require a lot of work. It's going to require vulnerability, all that stuff that is not Barry, but it's becoming Barry.
Yeah.
It's incredibly rewarding. So, anyways, turning points. Think about them. Have you had one? If not, may be time to start thinking about a turning point in your life.